information that will delight you. Look, the best that you can ever be is for you to strive at being better at anything that you do. Hey, be better, be better. Read books, read as much as you can. Please don't let it be true what they say outside the shores of Nigeria that you want to hide something from an African person, put it in books. No, don't let it be true. Be that one that you read. And let me give you a little secret, Joe, just in case you were hoping for a secret this morning. Well, you got that now. The secret will be the fact that, hey, if you could just dedicate 10 minutes, 10, I'm not saying 5, I'm not saying 15, I'm not even saying 30 minutes, no, 10 minutes every day, all right? Do it for like 1 week and just pick a book and read. Could even be the Bible, could be the Quran, it could be anything, right? It could be anything. Just pick it and read. Read 10 minutes of your time, yeah? Don't stay on social media. I know you've got that temptation. I know somebody who tells me, I cannot, I don't know how my life is gonna be without social media. And I'm like, how is your life? How was your life before when you probably lost your phone, when you didn't even have a phone? Your life was going on smoothly, right? Come on, don't let the social media infest you so much that you are not even taken to reading. I mean, taking a book away from all of the social, harassment, because I see it sometimes as a social media harassment, yeah? And just pick it and read it for 10 minutes. Do it for just 1 week. Before you know it, next week, your body will be telling you something. You have not done something yet. Do you understand? Before you know it, it becomes a habit, all right? So it's a secret. Now it's in the open, all right? Well, courtesy of me, who am I? I'll tell you that in a bit. But let me greet you in a way that I know how to. I'd like to say, a messiere in my dialect. Yes, and I would say, agife. Oh, lovely, I love it. I would say, olodudu. I'm not sure I pronounced that one well, but anyways, I'm still learning. I'm still in the process. And I would say in Akwana, I would say Ndewanu, I would say Karo. And in the language that is universally accepted here in Nigeria and even outside the shores of Nigeria, I'm talking about the African continent now, even though they have their different variations to it. Una, good morning. Welcome to a Throwback Wednesday right here on the Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Yes, we always give you an audiovisual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. It's the 21st day in the month of August 2024. Oh, Lord, have mercy. 21st day already? Are you serious? And in the year of 2024, are you serious? When did we say Happy New Year? But anyways, I'll leave that for another day's talk, right? Well, this is the Breakfast Show where we start your day the right way, giving you that breakfast morning booster, and it is called the Eagles Morning Rise. But precisely though, we're on that segment where we look into the front pages of Nigerian newspapers, bring it into your audiovisual consciousness, because we host a national television across social media platforms at Eagles FM Abuja. You might as well want to go there and see for yourself that what I say is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And yes, as we look into the pages, we also allow for the phone lines to be open. Oh yes, we've got dedicated lines that you can call to us and of course share your thoughts in the most civil and responsible way. My name is Uduak Daniel. Once again, just in case I never said that before. So let me get you into certain things that you ought to know. You know the drill already. Now, the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja on Tuesday affirmed the lower court's judgment that reinstated Philip Shaibu as the Deputy Governor of Edo State. Appellate Court, while delivering judgment in the appeal brought before it by the Edo State House of Assembly, dismissed the appeal, seeking to uphold Shaibu's impeachment. Can y'all just let this thing rest already, right? I'm sure that's what you're saying too. But let me also bring it to you the fact that the Central Bank of Nigeria has announced a significant increase in remittance inflows, reaching $553 million US dollars in July of 2024. It said the amount is a 130% increase from the corresponding period in 2023. Okay, something good. All right, I like something good. I like good news, and I'm sure you love it too. But let's go to Anambra State now, where the Anambra State Police Command has busted a kidnapper's den located in Umuduru in Ihala, local government area of the state. Now, the command said its combined team of police, military, and vigilantes carried out the operation, during which a kidnapped victim was rescued unhurt. Another good news. This is good. Well done to the combined efforts. This is what we talk about every now and then. Well, let's go to Ondo State and have you know that Ondo State Security Network Agency, also known as Amotekun Corps, has arrested 9 persons for allegedly committing various criminal activities. Now, according to the Corps, the suspected criminals were arrested at different, locations across the state. Well, that's something good too. Okay, give it to them too. They're helping to consolidate the job of the police too as well in their respective states. I mean, they know the turf better, don't you think? Now, the police command in Lagos State has confirmed the death of a 58-year-old man who was said to have embarked on a 19-day fast. I saw that story, and it got my heart beating fast. Now, the command spokesperson, SP Benjamin Hundeyin, who confirmed this, said that the incident happened in the Alagbado axis of the state on Monday at about 6 a.m. There's not a lot to say, but it's all rest in peace. Now, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, LP, in last year's election, Peter Obi, has asked the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration to come clean on the details of the newly acquired presidential jet and those of the old ones being sold off. Obi said that despite all the denials and back and forth over the newly acquired presidential aircrafts, the jet was now here. Okay. Maybe that's not how he said it, but he said it. Yeah, he said it's here, finally, okay? Not in the tone that I say, but the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has dismissed 2 appeals by former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello seeking to halt his arraignment by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on an 80 billion naira money laundering charge. Is that case still on? I thought it was already gone. Well, I think it's still on. Now, the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has directed its members and all workers in the country to shut down the economy if the police arrest Comrade Joe Ajero, its president. Now, the union said this in reaction to the invitation on to Ajero by the police over alleged financing of terrorism. But, well, in a recent communique, Ajero has communicated with the IGP through his lawyer now. Would I call it a dedicated lawyer now? Falana Chambers. Yeah, they wrote a letter to the IGP saying, you know what, I'm going to come though, but it's not going to be on the dates that you asked me or you requested for me to come. So let's take it to August of 29. I didn't even know that was possible. Have people share. Just have somebody. I tell you. Now, the resident electoral commissioner of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Ogun State, Barrister Niyi Ijalaye, is dead. So the Ogun REC slumped and died in Abuja on Monday evening, even after a meeting of Rex at the commissioner's headquarters. I guess we don't even know the day. That day, you know that day, yeah? Nobody knows it. Whew. Okay, so let's bring this one to you now. River State government on Tuesday confirmed the discovery of 2 cases of Mpox infections. Commissioner of Health, Dr. Adeze Ore, who spoke in Port Harcourt, however, assured that the Ministry of Health has put in place machinery to combat the disease. Okay. Thank God. Good Lord. Anyways, that being said, now let's bring it to your eardrums. What's going on the front page of Nigerian newspapers this morning, right? And have you know loudly and clearly from the pages. Are you ready already? I think I should give you the numbers already so that you don't miss it, because it's going to be a smart read, okay? And you might as well want to have enough time to, deliberate, just to accommodate more family members. As I always say, the old and new, you are welcome, all right? And if I've not been hearing your voice for quite some time, I just hope that you're good, though. Now, the number would be, if you're watching outside the shores of Nigeria now, or you're domiciled in Nigeria and still watching, right, at Eagles FM Abuja, across social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay, I said Twitter already. X now, yeah. And TikTok. Okay, that's what I was going to say. TikTok, yes. You should go to at Eagles FM Abuja and connect with us, communicate with us, share, like, do anything that will make your presence felt. All right? But you're doing that. You're seeing a national television right there that we're hosting. You're outside the shores. You might as well want to add +234. That is a prefix, to these numbers now. 0907 353 0044. The other number would be 0908 766 8888. And the WhatsApp portal number is 0909 705 4450, right? Okay, so now let's get into it now. Okay, the Nation newspaper is the first, the big story on the front page of the Nation newspaper. NNPCL, okay, petrol sells for half its landing cost. That's according to NNPCL. They say petrol sells for half its landing cost. Page 2 is carrying that story now to this one here that I see. Not a lot with the Nation newspaper. That's just all the Nation newspaper's got to offer, and then something that is sponsored on the front page of the Nation newspaper. So you might as well go see it. Something that has to do with farmers. I like farmers, especially this time. Nigerians love farmers. Anything farming now, we love it because there is hunger in the land. Now, I've seen this big story with the Daily Trust newspaper. Concerns as 43 die of food poisoning in 2 weeks. It's got 3 riders, by the way. Farmers, agri workers blame hoarding, right? Importation of substandard items. Second rider to that big story. Federal government warns against indiscriminate use of preservatives. And the last one, avoid expired products. NMA is saying that, not as though I'm giving an excuse, to Nigerians who indeed patronize some of these, expired substandard goods. The question will be, what is available? What do we have available? Not an excuse, though. Hey, y'all be careful out there, please. Be careful. But then look at page 4, and that's where that story you would find. And the Daily Trust newspaper is seemingly towing the same line with the Nation newspaper. So let's move away from them because that's all they can offer for today, the 21st day in the month of August 2024. Now to the Guardian newspaper. Now I see this big story. Custom spots rates adoption. Let me take that one again. Custom spots rates adoption. All right, it says duty foreign exchange rates shift 100 times in 2024. Spike prices of goods by 120%. Custom spots rates adoption. Duty FX rates shift 100 times in 2024, spike prices of goods by 120%. Page 6, carrying the story. Now, I see this one here, and it sees me too. Page 4, why environmental impact reports are failing stress tests. Okay. Why environmental impact reports are failing stress tests. You would find that analysis on page 4. And to page 2 now, NNPC's OPEX salaries hit 2.9 trillion naira in 2023, up by 70%. This one here is giving a warning. Page 6 of the Guardian newspaper now. Don't provoke strike with handling of Ajero's invitation. NLC cautions police. When we, in our local parlance, we say, the thunder. Now, the NLC is saying, don't provoke. Okay, don't provoke a strike. Remember there was an invitation to Joe Ajero, the president of the NLC, over, terrorism financing, right? Or financing terrorism, amongst other, yeah. Okay, so he was invited, and the NLC itself had held a meeting, and they brought out a communique, and in that communique they had said, okay, we'll let him go, but then again, we have to also condemn. What for? Why exactly are you even asking for him to come? But Joe Ajero, who initially had said, okay, I'll go, suddenly turned the table and turned the tide and said, okay, you know what, through his lawyer counsel, Falana, saying, okay, no, I'm not coming anymore. Rather, I think I demand to know what the allegations are. I need to see them. Okay, I need to see what the allegations are. You don't just invite me over. And I would also want to fix August 29, so that that'll be the day that I will come, and then I will come with my lawyer. We'll be coming fully prepared, and then, you can indeed we can have that conversation. But NLC is still holding on to, the fact that, hey, you might as well want to be provoking a strike with the handling of Ajaro's invitation. Well, but then some thoughts would also come from the place that, hey, what do you have to fear? If you don't have anything, come on, Joe, just go there. You'll be out in a minute, all right? All right, okay, all right. Page 6 is carrying that one now, but I see this one on page 30 now. It says Northern leaders meet over region's future. And to this one, page 30, again, looking popular, amid hardship, Bauchi distributes SUVs to 6 emirs. Okay, these are emirs, not government officials, right? I see that. Now, to this one here now, page 3 at the base of the Guardian newspaper, Tinubu's foreign trips cost Nigeria 2.3 billion naira in 6 months. Alrighty. And to this one, not very clear, but I'm suspecting it's going to be page 3. I've got sharp eyes. Appeal court affirms Shaibu as Edo deputy governor overturns Bello's ruling. Okay, so that's it for the Guardian newspaper. If you're wondering what you're listening to, this is the pages as part of the Eagles Morning Rises morning breakfast show booster, just to help you start your day well. And yes, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And the name, of course, behind the microphone and the voice would be Udwak Daniels. And now we're looking at the Punch newspaper. With the Punch newspaper now, the big story, NNPC reports 9.3 trillion naira petrol imports as queues linger. All right, you would find the story on pages 2 and 28. Just to show you how important that story is now, it's got 2 writers to it. Petrol subsidy gulps 3.3 trillion naira, NNPC incurs 1.8 trillion naira energy security cost. The second writer to that big story, Port Harcourt, Warri depots receive PMS. Task force arrests black marketers. Task force arrests black marketers. Okay, that's what that story says. Just to the side of the Punch newspaper now, my goodness, this is so tiny. But I've got sharp eyes, don't worry. This one here says, INEC lists 2,609,025 voters to elect. Okay. Yeah, to elect next governor. Page 13. And to this one here, page 16, APC hails appeal court's judgment affirming Shaibu's reinstatement as deputy governor. Lord, have mercy. My eyes are really sharp. Now, let's go down, just to the base of the Punch newspaper now and punch you with this one. 5 banks budget 222 billion naira for cybersecurity. 5 banks budget 222 billion naira for cybersecurity. Page 28, carrying that story. Page 6, 1 dies as Ogun hunters, herders clash. Okay, not a really good one now. Page 16, this one says 2027. APC kicks as PDP backs call for Jonathan's return. Really? And just above the Punch newspaper banner now, I'm talking about the height of it, the apogee, the top, the zenith of it. Producers decline sale of 460,000 barrels per day crude to Dangote others. All right? Page 25 is carrying that one now to page 25 again. Ooh, it's looking pretty popular now. Forex shortage. Domestic airlines ground 42 aircrafts. And this is going to be the last one that I'll be bringing to you from the front page of the Punch newspaper. Akume Edun lead local government autonomy implementation panel. Page 16 is carrying that story now. Away from that to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, I see this one just at the very top, the height, the apogee of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Appeal court upholds judgment nullifying Shaibu's impeachment as Edo deputy governor. Page 6 to page 13 now. U.S. announces $27 million humanitarian aid for Nigeria. USA announcing $27 million humanitarian aid for Nigeria. Page 13 is carrying down. Now to page 8 now. Akume Edun Cardoso Fagbemi, 6 others to enforce Supreme Court's judgment on local government autonomy. Just below the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now, you would find this one. Ondo establishes Amotekun Rangers to curb forest crime. Oh, talk about having some prospects now, looking into the future, foresights. Yeah, page 13, you will find Ododo appoints 1,102 aides. Not like AID, but aides, AIDS, like help us. They will help him in at one level or the other. Yeah, okay. So page what? Page 3 is carrying the story now. 1,102 aides. Okay, right. It must be really important what they do. Page 26 now. Enugu government sets to demolish property used for kidnapping. All right, I like it. Demolish it, and probably build, structures that would help the society in Enugu State. Now, the big story with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper: NLC's 54 affiliates unions threaten mass action if. Now, let's get into the writers, because the writers may carry the if. Says invitation politically motivated. Second writer, NLC's counsel writes IGP says Ajero will appear next week. And the last one, stop this intimidation, judicial harassment. ITC tells federal government. Page 2 is carrying that story. It's a big story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper now. And just to the chest region of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, CBN records all-time high remittance inflows of $553 million in July. Page 7, carrying the story. To page 26 now, 21-year-old undergraduate contracted to act as girlfriend killed by ritualist in Kwara. 21-year-old undergraduate contracted to act as girlfriend killed by ritualist in Kwara. Page 26, carrying the story. Now to the base of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper now. Lekki communities family give Lagos government 30-day ultimatum over land acquisition. Page 5. To page 7, or page 2, I beg your pardon. Fubara denies plan to dump PDP. It's got one writer to it. Wike must go for PDP to survive. Clark tells Damagom in open letter. And the last story that I'm bringing to you with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper would be found on page 3, and it says 5 years after trial, AGF office has no record of ex-CJN on Ogan's CCT case file. Okay. And moving away from that now, let's bring you the Vanguard newspaper. It's going to be the last one that we'll be bringing to you. It's going to be really fast now. Big story. Police invitation to Ajero. We won't be silenced. NLC is saying that. It's got a couple of riders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 riders precisely. Let's jump into the first one. Directs workers to shut down the economy if Ajero is arrested. Second rider, as global workers groups, CSOs, others raise alarm over worsening rights abuses in Nigeria. Third rider, why Ajero turned down police invitation. Falana is saying that one now. And the last one, okay, not the last one. This one says demands full details, nature of allegations. And the last one says Ajero can only honor invitation August 29. For some reason, Joe Ajero has been quite popular this year, right? And you would find that story I already told you on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Looking at this one now, PFN to Tinubu, Nigerians are hungry. Hasten renewed hope agenda. Alrighty, that one you would find on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. Let's go to the naval button area of the Vanguard newspaper right now. It says right-of-way tussle threatens Nigeria's telecom sector. Page 14 carrying that story. And for the sport lovers, this one says 2025 AFCON qualifiers. NFF still searching for coach as Bafana named squad. Okay, right. You would find that one on page what now? Page 46. Okay. All right, so just above the Vanguard newspaper banner now, the very height of it, diaspora remittances rise 130% to 553 million US dollars in July. CBN is saying that story you would find on page 19. Now, away from page 19 now to page 6, you will see this one. Police again failed to arraign protesters, says activist Adeyanju. All right, and the presidency has got something to say. Cost of governance will cut 10 billion naira from COP29 expenses. All right, presidency saying that one, page 9, carrying the story. And this would be all for the Vanguard newspaper and ushering in that dispensation where you and I get to have a very intelligent conversation. It is the pages on Eagles Morning Rise. All right, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, where we bring an audiovisual radio experience that you can count on. So let's get into the phone lines right now and get to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts on which of these headlines it is that jumps at you, pops at you, tickles your fancy, or begs for your reaction. Taking this call now. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Udwak, UD.
UD, good morning to you. Yes. What's your name?
Fine,
please?
good morning.
Yeah.
Yes, my name is UND.
Oh, UND.
I'm calling you right here in Sokoro, Abuja.
Good, good. UND, welcome. Oh, come on. What just happened right there? UND, we just lost that call. Please do well to call us back. All right, and let's have a wordy conversation. Okay, so but the number once again would be 0907 353 0044. 0907 353 0044. The other number would be 0908 766 8888. And across social media platforms, we have a strong presence. I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. Yes, we are there at Eagles FM Abuja. Do well to engage with us so we know you are there, right? And also, our YouTube channel also is hosting a national television. Get on there at Eagles FM Abuja. Subscribe. Thank you. Taking this call. Oh, come on. Oh, Lord, come on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right, let's use the WhatsApp portal. You can call the WhatsApp this time because we're having a bit of an ish going on with the phone lines. I don't know, for some reason. But you could call it just for this purpose because they say necessity is the mother of invention. The WhatsApp portal number would be 0909 705 4450. All right, let me bring some stories, to your eardrums. But before I do so, I've got a family member calling. Okay, that is a miss. The Central Bank of Nigeria said the decline in headline inflation in July of 2024 is an indication that its monetary policy is tightening measures and it's yielding results. So the Apex Bank spokesperson, CD Hakama, had disclosed this in a statement just yesterday. Well, you should also recall that the National Bureau of Statistics latest inflation data released last week, Thursday, showed that Nigeria's inflation decreased to 33.40% in July from 34.19 recorded in the previous month. Yeah? Okay, let's just take this call right here and right now. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, UD. This is James from Suleja.
Oh, James, welcome aboard. All the way from Suleja. Feels good. Talk to us, James.
Okay, let me start with the increase in remittances that the CBN is announcing and celebrating. It is antithetical that a government that so far has been talking about looking for ways to block professionals from traveling abroad to for greener pastures are celebrating the fact that Nigerians abroad are sending in more forex, more money down into the economy.
Right.
We've complained severally about how it doesn't make any sense whatsoever way to try and block professionals who seek to travel abroad. Just make the country comfortable for them and there won't be any need to travel abroad. That's on one hand. This issue of trying to intimidate the NLC head or NLC boss with multiple allegations of terrorism and all whatnot. I expect Labour to actually shut down the economy if the government continues to try and intimidate its leader, because we have seen this over and over and over again, and the government seems to get away with it each and every time. Now to the issue of subsidy that the government has continually denied, continually, up until this point.
Right.
Now, the irony of it is, do you know that even at this point, the government is not admitting that it is paying subsidy. It is claiming that it is simply paying for shortfall. Is that not foolishness? How do you explain that you're selling petrol for half the price and then you're saying it is not subsidy? Like, do these people think we are stupid, just like the people who support them?
All right, James, you might want to calm down a little bit. I get that. Emotions are running high now. Let's just please calm down a bit. But yeah, some points you made there. But yeah, let's see. I mean, I still see some calls coming through. I'll just try to fix that just right now so that we can get that conversation going through. And like I said, I'm encouraging you just for now, for this purpose, to also put that call through via the WhatsApp portal number, and that would be 0909-705-4450. Yeah, 0909-705-4450. Please be mindful of your language, please. Okay, please. We are adults, we're grown-ups, yeah? And we should act like one. Okay. All right, let's see this one now and bring to you the fact that the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, that's talking about the CISLAC, has, the Transparency International Nigeria, that's the TI Nigeria, and the National Institute of Credit Administration, that's the NICA, they have called on state governors to prioritize due diligence and legal consultations in contract negotiations. Now, this call is actually coming in the wake of recent, seizure of 3 Nigerian presidential jets by a French court, following a contract dispute between the Ogun State government and a Chinese firm, Zhongshan Fusheng Industrial Investment and Co. Limited. Okay, let's also bring to your eardrums the fact that, hey, we need to pay some bills. We'll be right back in a short bit. You already know, this is The Pages, where we'll look into the front pages of Nigerian newspapers and, of course, gain some conversation, very, very worthy conversation, just so that we can pull through this harsh times. Don't go away.
Your number one radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Get the desired clients for your business and service and get your phones buzzing. From the 1st of September to the 31st of December, you can advertise and reach a large audience with the Eagles FM Ember Months package. Advertise on any of our platforms and get a whopping 30% discount. That's right, 30% discount. For more information, please call 080-5919-8658 or 081-5791-7278. The Eagles FM 102.3 FM Ember package is a sure way to getting a wider clientele for your business and service.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Admission is now open at Eagles Academy Lokoja into the following classes: crèche, pre-nursery class, nursery classes, grade classes, junior secondary classes, and senior secondary 1 and 2. At Eagles Academy Lokoja, we are committed to providing the premium possible education for your child. Our shared vision is to challenge your child at every opportunity to be curious, independent, resilient, kind, and most importantly, to be academically inspired. We have excellent back-to-back records of outstanding performance of our students in all external examinations. Eagles Academy is approved by the Kogi State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, and other examination bodies, and approved JAM Computer-Based Test Center, JAM CBT. Our school is fully equipped with qualified staff, laboratories, serene and conducive learning environment. Pick up your admission forms at Eagles Academy Lokoja, number 2, Ogidibeje Close, opposite Pacific Hotel, Lokongoma, Phase 1, Lokoja, Kogi State. For inquiry, please contact 080-6038-2933, 080-6038-2933, or 080-6914-1797. Hurry now. Enroll your child for a brighter future.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3.
All right, yeah, we're back, and that's what it is. Yeah, looking at the pages right there and having the engineers sort things out with the call line. But like I said, channel your calls this time just for this period to the WhatsApp portal number 0909-705-4450 as we go conversational on this very segment of the Eagles Morning Rises breakfast show. All right, and it's called The Pages. It's called The Pages for some reason, because we look at the front page of Nigerian newspapers and bring it into your eardrums, and of course get to hear from you too, because you are the real deal. The Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, that's talking about man, has raised some concerns over the persistent challenges posed by inadequate energy supply, and that is forcing manufacturers to invest heavily in self-generated power at a very, very substantial cost. Well, according to MAN, this is eroding the profitability of businesses across the manufacturing sector, and is making it quite difficult for companies to remain competitive in both local and international markets. Well, the chairman, though, of MAN Apapa branch, Raphael Danilola, mentioned the fact that manufacturers have been forced to operate under excruciating circumstances, worsened by some inherent systemic contradictions during the year, and sustainability issues, rising energy costs, which made doing business very, very unattractive. And that has created, logs and clogs in the wheel of attracting foreign direct investments, of what we love to call the FDIs. And bringing it to your eardrums as well, the federal government has inaugurated a 10-man interministerial committee to enforce the Supreme Court judgment on local council autonomy. Secretary to the government of the Federation, talking about Senator George Akume, who inaugurated the committee in Abuja yesterday, announced that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy and the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice as members. So they are members now. Now, others who are also part of that committee would be the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Accountant General of the Federation, Governor, the Central Bank of Nigeria, and the Permanent Secretary, the Federal Ministry of Finance. Well, also to serve as members are the Chairman, Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, RMAFC, representative of state governors, representatives of local governments. So the committee's primary goal is to ensure that local governments are granted full autonomy. That's what the committee is poised to doing, and it's also to allowing them to function effectively without interference from state governments. All right, so that's some information now. Well, as it stands, amidst the prevailing hardships in the country, Governor Bala Mohammed has presented the multi-million exotic sports utility vehicles to 6 first-class emirs in Bauchi State. Yeah, that's what's going on. Well, but you should also know that Bauchi, according to the 2021-2022 Nigeria Multidimensional Poverty Index, houses 5.7 million residents multidimensionally poor. Right. The state came behind Kano, 10.51 million residents, of course, who are multidimensionally poor. Kaduna is 8.04 million. Katsina, 6.92 million. Sokoto 5.81 million, Jigawa 5.76 million, Bauchi 5.71 million, Akwa Ibom 5.08 million from the south. Right? Okay, so that's just what it is. But the governor, at an expanded security stakeholders meeting on the hashtag end bad governance protest, he also acknowledged the level of hunger and anger. And he faulted the federal government's economic policies and accusing President Bola Tinubu of failing to address the grievances of the protesting youths. Now, but if you put all those monies together that you use in buying the SUVs, now nobody's saying don't acknowledge the emirs. I mean, these are people, very strong people in the society. They're very strong foundation. They are like the phloem and the xylem they help the society stand strong, the community, and we do know that. But if you had probably decided that you buy something lesser, or in fact use this money, call all of them together and say, well, I think we should do these. You're the bedrock, the iron firm of this state of ours. Let's see how we can engage the youths. That's what Nigerians are saying. It would have gone a long way. But then, it's okay. It's just what's on the front page. What do we know, right? But then we see this one here, and this one sees us right back. But whilst we are out there looking at some of these stories, I think it's also important to also get on to the WhatsApp portal number and get in touch with you in terms of what you've got to say. But I should bring this, to you very quickly. Now, oil producers under the aegis of the Independent Petroleum Producers Group, they have come out to warn against being forced to sell crude oil to the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and other local ones in Nigeria. So the IPPG produces about 30% of Nigeria's crude oil. Now, that's according to the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC. Now, the latest crude oil regulation production data from the NUPRC showed that Nigeria's total production, that's both crude and condensate, was 1,533,698 barrels in July. But when 30% of this figure is calculated, the IPPG should be producing about 460,000 barrels per day of crude. Well, so IPPG is calling on the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, to redirect its allocation oil volumes to Dangote Refinery and other local refineries to mitigate the current crude supply shortage being experienced by the local refiners that is impacting local product availability in many parts of the country. So that is that for that. Okay, we should also bring to your eardrums the fact that examination boards in Kenya and Uganda, they are now writing Nigeria to verify records presented by Nigerian candidates seeking admissions into tertiary institutions in their countries. Now, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board made this known in a document for the 2024 policy meeting. So, JAMB had noted in the document that it would not falsify the records of any student while stressing the need to protect Nigeria's tertiary education from disrepute. Well, this development, though, by the way, you should know, is coming on the back of the federal government's decision to suspend the verification of degree certificates from Uganda, Kenya, Benin Republic, Togo, and some other countries over allegations of certificate racketeering. So in March, the federal government set up an inter-ministerial investigative committee on degree certificate milling to probe the activities of the certificate racketeers following investigation reports published by Daily Nigerian, which exposed the activities of fake degrees mills in the Benin Republic. Okay, so they're clamping back on us now. Okay, but anyways, let's get on to the WhatsApp now at this point in time and see what you are saying via the WhatsApp portal number. Okay, so okay, so the connection is going to be made in a short bit, and I'm suspecting that the messages will be pouring in no distant time. Yeah? Okay, so we got this call. Let's just take this call. Hello and good morning. Hello and good morning. Okay, that's a missed call. Do well to call us back. All right, let's see. I see this one here. Very quickly it comes. And I should, bring it to your eardrums. It says, hello, UD. Hello to you too. Nigerians are losing patience with NNPCL. Is there any perfect definition of subsidy than selling half the price of petroleum purchased? Maybe the Minister of Petroleum can explain to Nigerians better that what subsidy means. The police should thread likely, okay, I think you mean softly, with NLC President. Regards to Iheanacho. Okay, God bless Nigeria. I'm sure Iheanacho is listening at this point in time and putting a smile, a broad smile on his face. This is coming from David all the way from PH. Thank you, David. Appreciate that one. All right, we'll just take this one now. Hello and good morning. Yeah, can you hear me? But I cannot hear you on here. That means your voice is not going out. Oh, come on. I think we should just get on with the WhatsApp, okay? Stick to it because time is not even on our side right about now. But let's go. I'm just seeing messages pouring in now. So forgive me if it seems as though I've not been very, it's just a little bit of technicality going on here. So I see this one. It says, good morning, sir. UD, good morning to you. On an NPCL selling fuel at a low landing cost. Okay, what is landing cost? These are the terminologies used to collect in billions as subsidy. By now, the NNPCL should be ashamed of themselves. After fuel subsidy removal, they couldn't revamp Nigeria for refineries to stop fuel importation. They keep lying up and down, postponing the takeoff of Nigeria refineries, while management of NNPCL still coming up with unrealistic excuses. Please, President Tinubu, appoint a substantive Minister of Petroleum for the NNPCL so that those incompetent within the NNPCL can stop. This is coming from Abbas all the way from Dutse, right? Abbas, thanks. And to this one now, Samuel from Kuje, grace and peace, okay, of the Lord. Okay, I get that. Good morning to you too, Samuel. It says, the man whose house is on fire does not chase rats. Nigerian leaders are not interested on the matters that concern the masses. That is why they will not see anything wrong in spending billions of foreign trips that don't benefit the masses. There is God. There is God, he says. The governor that cannot pay 70,000 naira minimum wage. Hunger and hardship is hitting his people very hard. Yet he has the money to buy SUVs for traditional rulers. Habba, he says. How did we get here? Okay, God day. God bless your day. Okay, God bless your day too, my brother Samuel. Let's go to this one here. Okay, I think I've taken that. Seeing if we can take the call now. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
I can hear you now. Good morning. Yes.
I'm okay this morning. Yeah, good morning. How is your family?
Fine, thank you, though. Is this Moses?
This is Moses.
Moses, right. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
With your lines, all the lines
Yes,
this morning.
just a bit of a technicality, but of course it's fixed now. Yes.
So that the technicians will put it in order.
Indeed. Thank you, Moses, for being thoughtful.
Yeah. Case of NLC allegation accepted to come to court in August. It's a good one. This is what we are saying. Like one of your callers who was quickly judging today by saying that he regretted for him to have. No, you cannot just make such a statement when somebody is being accused of not defended. So we need to, and Yaya Bello case is still on about 80 billion against him. Where is he hiding? Is it in this country or outside the country? They should fish now to come and defend himself too. Yeah. 2.3 billion naira traveling costs for president for 6 months. UD. I don't know how. When I heard that news this morning, 2.3 billion for traveling costs. I believe that with the economical challenges we are facing, I believe that government should look at their costs to cut it down. 2.3 billion in just 6 months. So when we say that it's going to complete 4 years, we don't know how much it's going to spend.
Right.
Especially in this economic meltdown.
All right.
Then finally, U.S. to support Nigeria with financial support. Well, let that money come in the right time to go to the right place and to the right person.
Okay.
Thank you, UD.
Thank you so much, Moses. Appreciate. Go to the right time. It's coming at the right time, but it should go to the right people, the right places, so that we're not found wanting. I see this one now via the WhatsApp. It says, "Good morning, brother Daniel. Good morning to you." Okay, this is coming from a sister. Okay, well done. You say, well done work today. Thank you. It says, "Nigeria, our country, will be good one day by God's grace." Lady B from Suleja. Lady B, I believe it too. All right, I believe it too. But then we also have to work, because Nigeria will not just wake up one day by itself and just be better. All right, so it's a collective effort. But let's go take some of your voice notes already.
Good morning, Mr. Yudi.
Good morning to you.
We celebrate the gift of life.
Great, you too.
My name is Triple D from Waru.
Yes.
I greet Mr. Salasi, Bibi Blessing, Elder Onoja. Please, Mr. Salasi, I'm still waiting for your call. The man with a golden voice, I want to lend my voice on the issue of calling Goodluck Jonathan to return.
Right.
Please, those close to our former president should not allow him to do that. Let him retain his good name.
Right.
Wike must go. He's a good one. And because of him, we don't have a vibrant opposition that will put the government on their toe. NLC president, accept the invitation so that to avoid distraction. But police should go in a professional manner of inviting him. Well, Shaibu still win in the Court of Appeal. Exactly. Presidency hand is in the case. So, Mr. President, just know that. Mr. Governor, just know that. Well, the last one is the issue of 1,108 appointed. With the people taxed money to be paid. We will get it right one day by the special grace of God. God bless Nigeria. Good morning, Nigerians.
All right. Says, God bless Nigeria. Good morning, Nigerians. All right, Triple D, you made your point out there. Taking another one.
Good morning, Mr. Odwagana. My name is Aya from Suleja. Court of Appeal State, Philip Shaibu as the Deputy Governor of Edo State. This is not good at all for the President Governor of Edo State, because the way it's going on, it's like you need to go to Supreme Court. Supreme Court is going to still reinstate Philip Shaibu as the Deputy Governor of Edo State, and Philip Shaibu is president in another party, which is APC. It's going to be very, very dicey for the President Governor, because he's not going to favor him this political calculation for his successor. The same Court of Appeal asked Yado to submit himself for trial, for arraignment. The EFCC, our own, is a different thing entirely. EFCC just played to the gallery. It's like they're not serious about the whole thing. Even Nigeria as a country, they're not serious about the whole thing. This is the country that say they are fighting against corruption. This is the same person who was declared wanted by almost all the security agencies in this country, and is not able to be fixed up to this moment. What are we doing in this country? Please, we are not serious at all. Labour Union or Labour leaders threatening to go on strike over Joe Ajaro's invitation by the police. This is an invitation. It's just an invitation. He wasn't arrested. He's not been taken to court. He was arrested to come and answer allegation of terrorism financing. And terrorism financing is a serious issue in this country. Then why are we playing politics for everything? Why are we using emotion for everything in this country? He's not been arrested yet. Just invitation. And you want to shut down the economy? If it is innocent, let him go and clear his name.
All right, you overshot though, but thank you so much for that one. If you are innocent, you are saying to him, just go clear your name. And let's all this, bickering here and there, let it rest. All right? I guess some point you made. But let's go hear from...
My name is Udi. My name is Honorable Edward Fulapo. The inauguration of a committee to look into Supreme Court judgment about local government autonomy is the best thing. Is the best. If I were them, if I'm part of government, I won't even include representatives from the governors, because the governors of this country are a major problem. That gap between federal, state, and local government, they are in the middle, and they don't want local government to be independent. Why? Allow these people, let money get to them. Let's see development in our villages. Let local government chairman take care of security too, so that we'll see whether this will reduce insecurity in the country. If this money is not getting to them, how do you expect them to work? Why are they not interested? Why are they against paying money to local government? Is that how federal government is refusing to pay money to them? I believe they're going to do this work. Fuel subsidy, fuel scarcity in Nigeria. We also need, to bring foreigners who will come and help us about it. I think in Nigeria, we're not ready for it. Seriously, we're not ready for it. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. Thank you.
Good morning, Udwak. This is Salami from Mapo Legislative Quarters.
Right.
I greet you and I greet the callers. We the supporters of the government, we are not stupid. We are just not emotional people. We do not reason from the place of emotion. We reason from the place of logic, cognitive thinking and intellectualism. We place logic and data over emotions, because we have learned from history and from great philosophers and science that people who reason out of a place of emotions hardly achieve anything tangible in life. On the appointment of over 1,008 by my governor, Usman Ododo, I might not necessarily support it. It's an over-bloated appointment, but that's politics for you. Politicians will always be politicians. Wike appointed over 100,008 as Rivers State governor. Did it in any way impact negatively on his achievements, infrastructural achievements in Rivers State? No. Kogi is a very dynamic state. We have over 20 ethnic groups living in Kogi. And do not forget, Kogi is the size of the entire 5 southeastern states put together. So if you now break it down, how many appointments does Enugu State Governor has? How many does Anambra, Ebonyi, Imo State have? So when you're not having a state that is as big as those 5 states put together, then you might want to justify the appointment. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Alamin, for that one. There might just be some justification, for these appointments, you say, all right, when compared to other climes. But James, you're adding, some messages here. But just before I get with you, because you already had your right to say, let's see some other family members and have their thoughts too as well. Good morning, UD. You say good morning to you too. This is coming from Yusuf all the way from Wuse too. It says NLC mobilizing workers for indefinite strike over Ajero's invitation by the police. NLC never cease to amuse Nigerians with their drama after abandoning Nigerian workers by embarking on phantom protest over new minimum wage. They are now whipping up sentiments because their leader got a love letter from the police. Okay, if you put it that way. You go on to saying when the government removed fuel subsidy, increased electricity tariffs and devalued the naira, there was no threat of protest by NLC. It is a shame that #EndBadGovernance organizers could organize and sustain a protest than the NLC. This time around, NLC should carry the cross. Nigerian workers should not be deceived to partake in any NLC strike. Ajero should go and answer the police. Have a nice day, UD, you say. Have a nice day too, Yusuf. Thank you. So I see you, Taken B Hundu. Taken B sending a message all the way from Nasarawa State that says, I'm listening and good work to you. Keep it up, you say. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. You're saying that you're shocked at the elephant allegations against NLC chair. Hope the government is not trying to play games using the police. However, it's okay and good enough for the police to have invited him. But Daniel, who is the complainant police? Okay. Lastly, I'm worried after 1 year, Tinubu's government not bringing results yet, but still promises. All right, Tekken Bihundu is saying we're only living by the promises now, and we're not really seeing so much of the results, right? I mentioned to you that you can get across social media platforms right there and give your 2 cents, and we would make sure we bring it to a read so that globally, as we also televise across these social media platforms, the entire world would be inundated, will be given, the privilege of knowing what you've got to say, right? And follow across the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. We are there. We are strong. All right? Well, this is where we would be calling it a close. But just before we call it a close now, I should also look into the one that a family member that's talking about James is reiterating, saying good morning, and all the way from Suleja says, as per the admission of the NNPCL yesterday, let me put this in perspective. The government claims to have spent over 4.8 billion in dollars in subsidizing petrol in the past 9 months alone. That's over 7 trillion naira. And this to all the monies they claim to have been sharing in the name of palliatives, and tell me it makes any sense whatsoever in any universe. This is exactly the same approach they took with trying to force down the dollar rate by selling dollars at less the actual rates until the reality of sustainability crept in and we are back to where we were. The truth is, you can't keep applying cosmetic measures to deep tissue problems. The government also claims to want to cut about 10 billion from its cost for the COP29 budget. Please let them tell Nigerians their budget last year. They went with over 1,000 delegates. Of what importance and use are these jamborees? What have we implemented from the last climate change conference they went for? Anyone who believes the government has the interest of Nigerians at heart is living in a hole, you say. Well, some of us, we may not believe the government, but we believe Nigeria. Right? We believe in Nigeria, and we know that Nigeria will work, James. Right? You might want to stay a little bit positive. But then, thank you though, for that take that you've also brought. It's a fresh perspective, to the discourse. But 9 a.m., I'll be right here, and we would engage the conversation, push the conversation. Just as Vicky Vic is standing to push me away now, we'll push the conversation to its designed destination. Well, until 9 a.m., thanking you once again. Vicky Vic will be coming up. His voice will be the next. He's a sports